What's up, world? This is WeNeeda5th. This is your man Mo. Got my man P in the building. Got my man Hill in the building. Fellas, pretty slow week on the NBA front. So I want to start off with something I think we all got a chance to see last night. Canelo versus Crawford. No, go ahead. You got kind of hype. I want to, feed off that energy. You saw the fight. Was you there? What you think of the fight?
Starting out, I think the UFC touch. I wasn't a fan of the whole Dana White aspect of it, but I guess that's a part of the Netflix deal with that. And I think entertainment in general, I think because they have some type of wrestling type interest in it as well. So I'm trying to get over that. And then me being older, start time. I mean, the fight starting around 12:45.
I mean, but isn't that par for the course for most boxing events? That hey, the main event's going to start,
and
later.
Then that too is a little rough for me. I'm getting older.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like I wouldn't mind a 10:30, 11 o'clock fight and done by 1. But again, this is just old man talk. As for the fight, masterclass by Bud. I think the first 2 rounds it was feeler. He got the jab, movement. I guess seeing where Canelo was and seeing that Canelo was going to be looking for, I guess, to push his weight around since he moved up. Southpaw stance, which he feels comfortable in, which is interesting as well. Bud started to get his feel around the ring, getting out, moving in, moving out. And then 3-4, he started putting like combinations together. And they were feel of power. Feel of power, just in and out. So you're maxing, you're giving me, and I know it's blasphemy, you're giving me IQ and evasiveness of Floyd, speed of Floyd, and still giving me power that's up there with Tank and Canelo. I was thinking about where do I have him ranked, and he's cracked my top 10.
Okay.
So, and I'm impressed. I guess we'll get to that down the road.
And you don't have to give us your whole top 10. I don't want you to give us your whole top 10. But can you tell us a couple of boxers that are on your top 10, just to give the people an idea of what company he's in?
All right, I got Ali, I got Floyd, I got Sugar Ray, I got Hagler.
Okay.
I usually put Hagler before Sugar Ray.
Okay.
But
and say no more. Stop right there.
Yeah.
Don't give me no more right there.
Is Robinson in it? Oh, that's too far back.
I didn't see him.
Right.
But I'm sure he would have been for what they tell me. But and I didn't see too much of Ali either, to be fair. But it was more recent than Sugar Ray. So maybe I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I guess maybe Robinson definitely is definitely in there. But I saw Hagler and I definitely saw Hearns.
Okay.
So those would be the names.
That's some pretty elite company right there.
Yeah, and he finds his way.
Yeah, that's some elite company right there.
That's very elite.
Yeah.
I mean, it's elite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to kind of touch on something that you mentioned. You said it kind of gave you a UFC feel. Well, I'm kind of wondering, especially with the decline of the popularity of boxing and the rise in popularity of UFC, and it seemed to kind of take over that martial arts arena that boxing once dominated. Don't you think that boxing should take a little bit off of the UFC or mixed martial arts and how they've been able to, get crowds into the building, get eyes on the product and stuff like that?
Which is weird because UFC has actually lost some of my viewership within the last year, and I was stout watching it prior to.
Yeah.
And where they went wrong, I'm not too sure. a lot of this promotion and money is going to be backed by Middle East, their money. So if I'm going to go for my whole curmudgeon feel of I miss Showbox and HBO boxing, I'm old school like that. I like their production leading up to a boxing match, and I like their crew who did it.
Okay.
I'm just forced to adjust because I want to see the product. You know what I mean? So I wasn't a fan of last night's production. I had one UFC guy, and I believe it was Max Kellerman. Like I said, it's not HBO boxing, it's Showbox. So I have to adjust because this is what it's going to be. I think they invested $500 million into the Netflix deal with Daniel. So,
Pete, you watched the match. What was your thoughts on the match? And do you think, hey, boxing should be trying to, imitate some of what UFC has been able to do?
Yeah, sort of fight. Give or take a round. I probably had it like 8-4. I thought it was a good fight. I thought Canelo fought well. I just think Bud's his hands was just too quick. You know what I mean? Even when he stood toe to toe with Canelo, he was able to take his shots, and he was able to it was advantage Bud when they were standing toe to toe, which you would think, Canelo being the bigger guy, him going up in weight, it would be Canelo's advantage if they're going toe to toe. But I thought it was advantage Bud because of his quick hands, and he could he could take his once he knew, or maybe he already knew, but once I saw that he could take Canelo's punches, it was pretty much a wrap. You know what I mean? It was just a matter of not slipping, letting Canelo catch you, because anyone get knocked out. So it's just a matter of keep your defense up, staying sharp, which he did throughout the whole fight. But I was actually impressed by Canelo. I thought he didn't figure Bud out at all. But he went 12 rounds. Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a heck of a chin.
Right. Trying to figure it out and going 12 rounds is pretty impressive. Yeah, it made so. I think it might have been Kellerman that made a comment. He might have the best all time. You know what I mean? Like as far as taking shots. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I thought Crawford. It was an impressive performance to me, because I didn't think the weight difference was that visually it wasn't that big of a difference to me. So, obviously Crawford was comfortable fighting at that weight.
And on another level, he seems confident as each round gets deeper and deeper. Like he was.
I think he even had more stamina than Canelo. Like Canelo, you could tell like he was tiring out a little bit. And by I would say the 8th round, his punches weren't even stinging Crawford as much as they were in earlier rounds because he was so worn down. So,
and that's a testament to the endurance, like you said before. He started to smile and feel like there was, because I was concerned because Canelo is still Canelo at any time. But don't get too confident. You can hit at any time, and he's swinging.
I know exactly what you're talking about, round 9.
I was in the wrong because Bud knew exactly where he was, which means he's on a way different zone and level where he felt comfortable going in. He felt comfortable staying in the pocket when I'm like, yo, this is your fight to lose. Masterclass. He is. I was trying to visualize what I was watching because I was looking at Canelo and the body movement. And Canelo started fighting just in a whole different unorthodox fight because he pretty much was wondering what he was seeing at times. Like if he was in the pocket, he'd throw a punch and he'd go back, he'd get hit. And then he would step back again and analyze, wait a second. In mid-match. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, did he get tagged? Or is he really trying to, try to solve the puzzle which he's in? And even up to the 12th, it was too late. And he still didn't solve the puzzle in the 12th round.
I think those moments that you were seeing was to the peace point, was those moments where, hey, him and Crawford were exchanging, and Crawford was able to evade a couple of his jabs or power punches and tag him. And I don't think Canelo expected that.
Yeah,
I don't think he expected Crawford to be there in that moment exchanging with him.
Yeah, I think the counter punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, you hit Bud once, Bud hits you 2-3 times.
Yeah.
That's not a good formula.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not a good formula at all. So
we talk about scoring, speed, and power. That was the whole thing. I was like, he's trying to solve this thing. It's like, he shouldn't be this fast. I fought fast, guys. I'll corner him, and then I'll unload my power.
Mm-hmm.
When I do that, he's fast enough to get away, and then return power is just as strong as mine. So it's like, he has the strength and the speed and the defense.
right, even if you would say Canelo had the power advantage, it wasn't as big of an advantage as Bud's speed against him. And they say style makes fights. Like, I think Bud would be more effective against Canelo than Mayweather because of that power that you're talking about. Like, I think he damn near could match his power. Where Floyd, I don't think he could match it. As great as he is, he wasn't able to match Canelo's power. He was just like
defense and
just an artful, like an artful fighter, pugilist, you know.
And I know before we started, we were talking about the fight, and I was saying that I felt like it was a exhibit A as far as, hey, a fighter versus a boxer. And I thought, hey, Crawford shows you what a boxer can do, against a fighter like Canelo. And I think Canelo, and I'm not a fan of Canelo, you know what I mean? But I can acknowledge, hey, he's a great fighter, at least according to his record and what he's been able to accomplish. Hey, he's won over 60 fights, and over half of them, he's knocked the person out. So I think, hey, he's definitely a fighter that if you don't come into that ring with the right game plan and don't execute it as close to perfection as can be, he's the type of fighter that can make you pay for it. And I think Crawford showed, hey, what a boxer could do against that.
I disagree a little bit. I think Canelo's a good boxer.
Okay.
I think he just lost to, according to Hill, one of the top 10 greats of all time.
That's where I'm at. I think it's something when you have trying to capitalize it. It's something when you have a special talent that makes a very good boxer look normal or even mediocre. And you don't want to take anything away. And that's what I was hearing a lot of people do for Canelo last night. Say, he didn't have it. He didn't do it. No, he fought someone who is just on a different level at this moment. And I think that because people don't look at Errol Spence the same way. Errol Spence is a good boxer, but just neutralizes these people to the point where all their kryptonite is gone and they make them second think what they're doing in that ring. He needs to be evaluated a little bit higher than we have Bud Crawford because of that.
Yeah.
We're doing now. He's making good boxers seem to be pedestrian.
Right. Fairly or not, part of Canelo's legacy is going to be he lost to Mayweather and Bud. You know what I mean? So that'll keep him from being in the top 10, possibly the top 20, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, he lost to the two best fighters of our lifetime, of a generation. He lost to two generational fighters, or boxers, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I actually gained a little respect for Canelo. You know what I mean? Like I think he's a good boxer. He just lost to one of the all-time greats.
And Pete, quiet as kept, I think I gained a little respect for Canelo too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like Hill was saying, during the course of the fight, you can see he was trying to figure it out. And it was just, Bud wouldn't let him do anything that he wanted to do. I know he wanted to corner Bud into the corner and push him against the ropes. Footwork from Crawford was just like, no, you're not having that. And if I do allow that and we do go into exchange, to your point, P, I'm going to win this exchange. it is not going to come out your favor. You know, and I felt like, hey, when he was stepping back, Hill, I felt like it was more so, damn, what I planned to do, like corner him, get him to exchange with me, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? You know what I mean? And because he kept on losing those exchanges.
Yeah,
it was like, and every time he got it, it was just like, and he would step back and be like, "What the?" You're like, yo.
The great Teddy Atlas had a good expression. He said, you know, when they got in that phone booth or whatever you want to call it, went toe to toe. It's like Bud made him come to a bad neighborhood. And Canelo got robbed. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was very good. You know, shout out to Ted Atlas. That's my guy.
So let me say, just to wrap this up, is it safe to say that Crawford has creeped into both of y'all top 10s all time?
I don't know.
He got to do a little bit more for you.
I don't know what else he could do, to be honest. But I don't know, because to me, Sugar Ray, Hearns, Hagler, Duran is almost like I have to have them all in. That's 4 out of the 10. And not to say I'm just freestyling. They're around there. At worst, in the top 20. Then you got Ali, Foreman, Frazier, Jack Johnson, Sugar Ray Robinson, Lennox Lewis. So,
Rocky Marciano.
If you say he's in your top 10, like I'm not gonna, you don't know boxing. Yeah, he's undefeated. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of great. We've been fortunate to see a lot of great boxers. You know.
All right, let me put you a little bit more on the hot seat. Has he done enough to crack your top 10?
No, that's what I was saying. Maybe not. If he is, he's probably like 9 or 10. That's just
okay. That's fair.
It's hard for me to like Ali, Foreman, Frazier, like we said, that 80s middleweights, like Hagler. It's almost like nostalgic. I don't know if I'll ever take them on my top 10. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't think oh my God, I didn't even say Tyson. Right?
You shouldn't.
And he might not be in my top 10.
You shouldn't.
Mike Tyson's my favorite boxer ever.
Yeah.
And he might not be in my top. I can separate the two.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And thank God we can. No,
because
I don't want to say. Listen, I got emotional when he lost.
Yeah,
I felt
that broke my heart
because he was our. That
was our champ.
Superman.
That was our
Superman's fighter, but so he didn't have a chink in the armor, and then to see him go down.
Woke up in the morning, sort of like the still shots from Sports Center, him looking for the mouthpiece. That was rough. That
was tough.
That in the Lennox Lewis fight was rough. Like at some point, he can't beat him. Like he can't get past Lennox Lewis' jab. You hear him squirming.
Can't beat Holyfield.
Yeah, and Holyfield.
The Lennox one was bad because Holyfield was like frustration. Lennox just bagged him, like bloodied him up. Yeah. But that's why I said I even throw Lennox as a possibly in my top 10 because he beat
Yeah, you got Roy Jones.
Yeah.
You're almost gonna make a top 10 of the people I forgot to mention. Roy Jones is unbelievable.
Hill, I'm gonna ask the question to you. Does he crack your top 10?
Yeah,
you got him.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
All right. Hey, hit us up on social media: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Let us know, is Crawford top 10 all time? Is he in your top 10?
Where does he go? Where do he go from here?
That's why I said you asked me what else can he do. I actually want him to retire because I don't. It's like I don't want some bum to catch him on his way out.
So Hill, you want him to retire? No more fights? There's nobody else that you want him to fight?
Who do you want him to
See,
fight?
I didn't like the purse last night, so I wanted him to get a
A-side.
a nine-figure purse.
Okay.
Before where he goes.
Who do you think could offer that to him at this point?
I don't know. And the best thing I would say to do is flip the purses and then run it back. Like, just for him to get the money. I think he would still beat it, but I want him to get $100 million.
Is there anybody else that you would like for him to?
For him to get that bag, you might have to fight Floyd.
Tank?
Like a non-sanctioned fight. Like
You're not going.
one of those Mayweather Tyson things. Like, yeah.
Rest in peace to Ricky Hatton, too.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Want to talk a little bit about basketball?
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard story still out there. We gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I want to talk about the New York Knicks. They just picked up Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay.
Does that move the needle for you guys? I mean, especially considering, hey, the East is supposed to be a little bit weaker this year, coming up with the absences of Jason Tatum and the changes that they made in Boston, and the uncertainty in Philadelphia as far as whether or not that team will be able to remain healthy as is. Milwaukee no longer has Dame Lillard or Brook Lopez
Or Malcolm Brogdon.
But they have
Middleton.
They have Miles Turner now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And who else is dealing with issues? Indiana.
Yeah.
No,
They don't have
Halliburton.
Malcolm Brogdon either. Again. And the Celtics don't have Malcolm Brogdon again. So if you have to be push the needle, not really.
Now, Cleveland, New York. This is your time. I don't want to say now and never, but
Do we think Detroit and Orlando are the ones that's going to wreck that party? I think so.
they'll compete. But I don't think they could beat Cleveland or the Knicks in the series.
I think Detroit in particular, but Orlando only if they stay healthy. But I think they can wreck their
You
party.
think they could beat Cleveland or the Knicks in a series?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think whatchamacallit, if
They've never won a series. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I said
No.
like, they've never won a playoff series.
reason why I'm saying that too is a lot of it is, hey, I don't think Knicks are going to be able to get to the playoffs healthy for some reason.
Oh,
I don't think Cleveland is going to be able to get there healthy with all. If both Cleveland and New York get to the playoffs fully healthy, the full rosters, yeah, they should be able to get there.
Well, you got a coach who probably will be playing. Mike Brown. Mike Brown is going to play. Well, he's not going to run him into the ground, right?
Hey, that's no guarantee for health.
Because
I thought she was going to say Tibbs going to run him to the ground. Tibbs not even there no more.
Mike Brown.
Crazy.
So therefore, they should go in there pretty healthy.
We'll see. We'll see the
He
difference.
rotates. I think the Knicks
lack
will be.
of-
Yeah, listen, the Knicks don't make the Eastern Conference Finals. It's a disgrace.
Eastern Conference Finals.
A
They
disgrace.
did that already. Right?
No, they have
don't
to make it to the
Eastern
finals, yo.
Conference Finals.
No, they got with the way the board is set up on
So
the
it's
East.
no Tatum, right? It means
No Tatum, no
Brown.
Halliburton.
Uh,
Like all your kryptonite guys are gone.
You know what? No Halliburton actually means something too, right?
Yeah, I mean for the Knicks, for the Knicks.
For them, for yeah, and them.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's a disaster. Bulls stink. Brooklyn stinks. Atlanta, you guys always throw them up there for some reason.
Atlanta might be a sleeper. Like Atlanta has a chance.
Okay.
They still got Trae Young.
I think they could beat
Talent.
Orlando or Detroit in the series.
Okay, I can see that. All right. Now let's get to the money portion of the show. Kawhi Leonard. New report comes out that there was during his contract with Aspiration, the company that he is quote unquote or alleged to have no work endorsement deal with. But he's denying that, and so are the Clippers, to be fair to them. New development came out to find out that the Clippers, Let me make sure that I'm getting this right. Hold on.
But at the end of the day, Kawhi keeps the money.
Yeah, and then they, I guess, they'll deliver Clippers some sort of death penalty.
Right, but Kawhi keeps the money.
Yeah,
so Kawhi won. It's over.
Yeah.
Kawhi won.
And the Clippers won because they'll get their player. I mean, they'll just lose draft picks.
Yeah, I mean.
And considerable fines.
Right.
In December of 2022, after it became clear that aspiration was failing, Clippers minority owner Dennis Wong made a $2 million investment in the company. Shortly thereafter, Kawhi Leonard received a delayed $1.75 million endorsement contract check.
Post office. Checks in. It takes a while.
Okay.
Kawhi won.
To me, I'm sure every organization found some or tried some way to circumvent the salary cap. They probably just got their hand caught in the cookie jar, and then right now deny until more information comes out, and then you take your penalty, whatever it is.
Do you think, like we were talking about this off air, the only other example I can think of is the Minnesota incident with Joe Smith, in that I believe the team was fined several $1 million. They lost draft picks. Joe Smith's contract with the team at that point, because he was just signing a new contract, and that deal was voided, and he wasn't able to get to Minnesota. And I think Kevin McHale, who was the GM at the time, was suspended or something like that. Do you think if it's found that the Clippers are culpable and they in fact did this and made this arrangement, do you think their punishment will be greater than that?
Anything short of selling him, he'll sell a team.
No, but do you think they'll be as bold to say, you know what, Steve, you're suspended for the next year or two? Yeah, hey, you're still the owner and whatnot, but we don't want you making business deals for the Clippers for the next year.
That's why you have a team. So if that's what it takes, you stay away. I'm thinking when they're done with their investigation, if anything, some first rounders.
Oh, I think that's without question.
Yeah, I just think it's draft picks, fines. He'll pay,
And then the league's on notice that we're not dumb.
Yeah, and, you have to understand, like, Adam Silver works for him and his 29 other partners. So what do you really – so it's almost like it doesn't matter what Adam Silver or the NBA office wants to do. It's the other owners. And I know the whole Sterling thing, that's just business. We can't have people looking at the owners as slave owners, basically, racist slave owners. So banned for life. This, I don't think the owners will take that as serious because they're probably doing the same thing.
Now, knowing what we know about this, and so far what we know is, hey, Kawhi Leonard signed a $48 million endorsement deal with Aspiration. $28 million was supposed to be direct cash payments, $20 million in stock options. We know that prior to him signing that deal, a couple of months prior, Steve Ballmer had made a $50 million investment in Aspiration. We know that, like I said, in 2022, the minority owner made a $2 million investment in Aspiration. A couple of weeks later, Kawhi Leonard's delayed endorsement check for that quarter was paid to him for $1.75 million. Now, the Clippers' position on this is that, hey, they had no dealings with Aspirations and involvement with the endorsement contract that Kawhi Leonard signed. So they had no responsibility to oversee what work was being done or not being done. They're saying that this was totally Aspirations thing. If they didn't, if they paid him for not working, that was on them. Now, they're also bringing into the fact that they're also bringing into question, like, hey, are we supposed to be monitoring players' endorsements? And that's the other side of this conversation, is that I think the owners and the players' union are going to kind of want to proceed cautiously, because they don't want to give the impression that that is our owner's responsibility to monitor or police players' endorsement deals, and making sure that they actually work for their endorsement deals and stuff like that.
It just seems that would be outside of their scope to me. The basketball aspect of it and the team paying them, anything within there, yeah, I would say that. From a team standpoint, outside of the league, where you get your money is how you get your money. As long as it's not, involving you and your play on the court. You know what I mean?
Now, let's say NBA completes its investigation and all the allegations are founded. Mm-hmm. What, if any, punishment should Kawhi Leonard have to deal with, in your opinion? Either one of y'all.
Well, to me, in this, I can't put anything nefarious on Kawhi, even though there might be some smoke there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, with him, it would just be nothing. It would just be the organization. You would have he's probably a victim in this thing. But I guess you're saying that it's found that he was a part of it. Or
yeah,
I'm trying to see how they would
prove that.
Right. So
let me put it like this: one of the stories I read when the Pablo Torre story first broke was that he came to the Lakers with the same. He came with the same acts. That, hey, we want endorsement deals, we want stock options in the team, playing, stuff like that, and allegedly, hey, the Lakers were saying, hey, no, that's illegal, that we can't do that, blase. So you would think that, hey, if it was founded that he presented the same type of proposition to the Clippers and they just bid on it. So, hey, you can say, hey, you created the environment for all this to take place because you brought this option to the team as one of the conditions to sign you and get you there.
To me, that still falls on the team. Because let's just say I trumped that and say I want the Empire State Building on top of that. If y'all give it to me, that's on y'all.
Yeah. And plus, the Lakers said no.
No, the key word is, the Lakers said no because it's illegal.
Yeah.
The Lakers said no because on their accord is illegal. That's on the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on Kawhi.
If I'm making requests and I'm trying to get as much as I can in my negotiations. If I can pull and pull and pull and pull, depending on my leverage, I want to do it. So that could mean I need half a Melrose. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to ask for anything. If you give it to me, that's on your legal. The legality is on the organization.
Right. And if I ask for the Statue of Liberty, if I ask the Knicks for the Statue of Liberty, and then I sign with Brooklyn, that doesn't mean that they gave you the Statue of Liberty. You can't prove it. I get what you're saying, but you just can't prove it. That doesn't mean that.
So I don't think anything could be on him. And even if you have that information, I would say nothing. The organization would have to take a hit for it. And I guess a substantial one, maybe a couple years of their first, second-round picks. Stiff fine. And you going from there. But something that's stiff enough pause to deter the other organizations from trying to do this in the future.
All right. So get out of the conspiracy and the rabbit hole, and get back to some. We got playoff basketball right now, fellas. WNBA playoffs started today, fellas. I know y'all was there for Indiana, Atlanta. They played early, 1:00. Atlanta Dream won that. handily, almost by
Not that
20.
bad, man.
Yeah, they're pretty good, sneakily. New York Liberty won their matchup today in overtime versus the Phoenix Mercury. And I believe Las Vegas Aces and Seattle Storm are playing right now, if I'm not mistaken. So, what you call it? So,
Jones playing right now.
and I want to say, this last month in the WNBA has been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like the MVP race and whatnot. I thought for the whole year, whole season, you guys have been hearing me saying, hey, it was Defeatiing Collier's MVP, and that nobody can do anything to take it from her. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Asia Wilson said, I'm still here. Asia Wilson took her team from number 7, I think they were at one point before August, and now they up to 2nd seed. They won 16 games in a row. Asia Wilson has been averaging 30 and 10 for most of those games. And when they played, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Asia Wilson had 30 and 12. Defeatia had 10.
To play devil's advocate, who's the number 1 seed?
Defeatia. Yeah. I hear you, but to do what Asia's done, and for me, it was also the fact that, hey, the team went 16-0, and when they were 13-0, that's when they played Defeatia Collier, and she had been back from injury for like 2 weeks. So it's like, for me, that was a big thing. It was like, because if Minnesota had won that game, they had an opportunity to push the Aces further down the total poll. And some of the tiebreakers wouldn't have worked out for the Aces. They might have been like a 4 or 5 seed or something like that. But, hey, you did win that game, and Asia's team beat you handily by 10. And
So who's in first?
And
Who's in first?
And when they had the matchup, you scored 12, and I think it was 12 and 5. Asia came into your building and scored 30 and 12, and won by 10. And her team is now number 2 in the league. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's an argument now.
Oh no, it's definitely argument. I was just playing devil's advocate because I feel like
Should have given it to Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's like because you got on a hot streak. But I've been doing this the whole season. You know what I mean? And I know she's been out, she's been injured, whatever. But it's definitely 1-2.
But to be fair to Asia, she's been doing this the whole season. It's just her team hasn't been winning the whole season.
That's
like,
on her.
yeah, but whatchamacallit, they finally played with her.
So now she's doing what Defeatia was already doing the whole season.
Okay.
And that's how I look. And that's no shade on Asia. Asia is an all-time great.
You
She's
heard of
playing
Asia.
like an all-time great. But it's definitely those two. And I think more to me, Defeatia got hurt.
That definitely
games, so
that definitely hurt.
So if you want to go that route, say Asia was actually on the court. Minnesota was winning games without Defeatia.
Yeah, and I definitely acknowledge that is part of why I'm saying this argument is because she missed that time, and then when you do come back and Asia's on this roll, and then y'all have the matchup, and Asia beat you, and it's like, wow, okay,
and they went against a barn burner in Giants Cowboys, which went into overtime, which was a thriller. Then
Great game.
You absolutely. Then you go right into Mahomes Hurts.
Super Bowl rematch.
And then you got your Sunday night game. Rough sledding.
Yeah.
The playoffs.
Yeah. Man. Hey, hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Fellas, what's on the radar, man?
You help me out, man. My man Howard Stern me up. 5 years. Serious. Held him to the fire. I was thinking, I said, I already called it retirement.
Wow.
He used it for negotiating tactics. Solidified that 500 M's for 5 years.
Yeah.
God knows what he's doing over there.
Okay. Pete, what's on your radar?
It's a lot. I'll just say NFL football right now. No, NFL and college football. College football's really good games yesterday. Who was it? Georgia and Georgia Tennessee was a really good game. And, Florida. Well, actually, that wasn't too good of a game. But Florida, LSU, Notre Dame.
Texas A&M.
How is Brian Kelly doing?
Florida looks really bad, and they barely beat them. Like, I think LSU just won because they're LSU. They just had so much talent. Because the quarterback threw like 4 or 5 interceptions. So he is who he is. So yeah, college football's on my radar.
And what's on my radar, what should be on both of y'all radar, because I know y'all like good basketball. WNBA playoffs. They're here, man. Listen, you're here, man. The WNBA playoffs, I'm here for it.
We'll beat that drum. And that is constantly on his radar.
No, it's just bad. Like, you start your playoffs on the second Sunday of the NFL. Can't help it.
It's all right. You can get game 2.
Monday Night Football. And it's a doubleheader tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, NFL's doing this on purpose. I'm convinced. But, yeah.
Hey, to all our fifths out there, be safe. And peace.
Peace.